The book of Micah, chapter 1, the word of the Lord that came to Micah the Morashthite in the days of Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, which he saw concerning Samaria and Jerusalem. So that's good. We know where we're at. We know Hezekiah was a great king. And the other two, probably not so much. Hear, all ye people, hearken, O earth, and all that therein is, and let the Lord God be witness against you, the Lord from his holy temple. For behold, the Lord cometh forth out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth, and the mountains shall be molten under him, and the valleys shall be cleft as wax before the fire, and as the waters that are poured down a steep place. For the transgression of Jacob is all this, and for the sins of the house of Israel. What is the transgression of Jacob? Is it not Samaria? And what are the high places of Judah? Are they not Jerusalem? Okay, blaming Jacob for Samaria. High places of Judah are Jerusalem. Therefore I will make Samaria as an heap of the field, and as plantings of a vineyard, and I will pour down the stones thereof into the valley, and I will discover the foundations thereof. And all the graven images thereof shall be beaten to pieces, and all the hires thereof shall be burned with the fire, and all the idols thereof will I lay desolate, for she gathered it of the hire of an harlot, and they shall return to the hire of an harlot. Therefore I will wail and howl. I will go stripped and naked. I will make a wailing like the dragons, and mourning as the owls. Well, he's going buck wild. It's appropriate for what's going on here today. For her wound is incurable, for it is come unto Judah. He is come unto the gate of my people, even to Jerusalem. Declare ye it not at Gath. Weep ye not at all in the house of Ophrah. Roll thyself in the dust. Pass ye away, thou inhabitant of Saphir, having thy shame naked. The inhabitant of Zanon came not forth in the morning of Beth Ezel. He shall receive of you his standing. Goodness knows where any of those places are. Kind of sounds like Canaan, right? It's Zaanan. Zanon, like Canaan. And then this place, Beth Ezel, Ezel, house of Ezel. What's that? For the inhabitant of Marath waited carefully for good, but evil came down from the Lord unto the gate of Jerusalem. Who's that? Marath. Oh, thou inhabitant of Lachish. Now we know that. That is Sumerian, Babylonian, Assyrian types. Bind the chariot of the swift beast. She is the beginning of the sin to the daughter of Zion. For the transgressions of Israel were found in thee. Therefore shalt thou give presents to Moresheth Gath. Oh, that sounds terrible. Right? Gath. That's in Philistines. They're talking about being in Philistine, telling somebody to give some presents to the Philistines. The house of Achzib shall be a lie to the kings of Israel. I don't know why you're telling to go get the Palestinians some presents. That makes no sense to me. Yet will I bring an heir unto thee, O inhabitant of Marishah. I think that's just a different spelling of the same word. It's called Moresheth and then Marishah. It must be in the Philistines. He shall come unto Adullam, the glory of Israel. No idea where that is. Sounds Arabic though. Make thee bald and poll thee for thy delicate children. Enlarge thy baldness as the eagle, for they are gone into captivity from thee. Chapter 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Yep, they do the same thing nowadays. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. Is he talking about the Palestinians? Or is he talking about Jacob's family? Let's find out. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away, he hath divided our fields. Therefore thou shalt have none that shall cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord. Oh, of course, cord by lot. So here, lots are not. I don't know. I should figure out what that means, because when they start bringing up lots, it seems like there's like a group of people that are like, lots were never cast in the Bible, but yeah, they were a lot cast in the Bible. And it's not saying this is bad to cast a lot. It's saying that they removed the ability to cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord. So he's removed some type of privilege. It seems like he's talking in Judah, Jerusalem, Jacob, perhaps Samaria. But I don't know where all those other people came in that first chapter. Like, who's that? Whew. My goodness. I just want to say, like, people are like, read the Bible, this kind of people. It's not that easy. What is all this? It's a miracle. By the Holy Spirit, I've gotten this far. Like, well, the only thing I recognize is the kids from that chapter. Okay, go back here. Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy. They shall not prophesy to them, that they shall not take shame. O thou art named the house of Jacob, is the Spirit of the Lord straitened? Are these his doings? Do not my words do good to him that walketh uprightly? This guy, man. I don't know about this guy right here. So far. Even of late my people is risen up as an enemy. Ye pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely, as men averse from war. I mean, it's just even hard. The syntax, it doesn't paint a clear picture. Let's just say that. And you know what? It's quite confusing to me. I'm not sure who is being spoken to, although I have an idea. Of course, it's Israel. It's Israel, Samaria, and Judah, Jerusalem. But who are all these other people in the first chapter? And then the syntax is really strange to me. Well, there's only 7 chapters. O thou that art named the house of Jacob, is the spirit of the Lord straitened? Are these his doings? Do not my words do good to him that walketh uprightly? Even of late my people is risen up as an enemy. Ye pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely, as men averse from war. So it's saying they're paranoid about everybody walking by. They're not treating people nice, maybe. I don't know. The women of my people have ye cast out from their pleasant houses. From their children have ye taken away my glory forever. Yeah, he's bitching at Jacob and them. He's lamenting. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people. You see what he's saying? So this guy is kind of a prophet. It doesn't say the book of the prophet Micah, but he's in here with the rest of them, who they also don't say is a prophet, but like Amos and Joel and Hosea. What do you call them then, if they're not prophets? And he's walking around saying prophetical things, the word of the Lord that came to Micah, right? So it's really the word of the Lord. This guy stands right up and does duty. He doesn't try to run from it like our friend Jonah. But, you know, he did his duty eventually. Yeah, this is a strange thing to say, right? Because in Micah's saying, he's saying, yeah, and there's not going to be any prophets. Well, what do you, though, right? I guess he's like maybe a messenger. Is there a difference between a prophet and a messenger? Or is that like an Arabian thing? Is that like a Quran thing? Well, this guy, Micah, I mean, we'll find, I'm sure, some other important things, but this is kind of, I haven't found anything that sticks out so far, and there's only 2 verses left. But this guy is supposedly walking around prophesying, and yet, what does he say to everybody? If man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink. He's saying he's going to be your prophet. This is your prophet. This type of prophet you're going to get. That's kind of weird, right? I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Bozrah, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. The breaker is come up before them. They have broken up and have passed through the gate. and are gone out by it, and their king shall pass before them, and the Lord on the head of them. What does that even mean? Is he talking about they're on their way out, they're on their way into Babylon, and the Lord is still watching them? But he's got nothing good to say about them, but he's still watching them. He's on their head. I don't know. What else does it mean? This is starting to sound like, to me, to Job, that was something, yeah. I mean, it was, he was like crying the whole time, just, complaining. To me, the style of the writing, and it kind of affected me understanding it at some levels, but however, they're clear. There's a couple good things that he says, right? Eventually, kind of more near the end, in my opinion. But this guy, MICAH, in the beginning, wow, what is this? That's how I feel. I'm just being honest. And I don't think there's anything wrong with just reading it like that, because I figure I'm almost in the New Testament, and it will be cutting it close if I can get there by October, and that's 2 years. But I know that there is so much in this that I just, don't understand. And that if you're not looking up, it's one thing, but it's kind of fun just to sit and kind of try to figure out. But I can really say these first couple chapters about MICAH, if they didn't say in this first sentence the time, it'd be just like, what are you even talking about? And then anyway, right, talking about Hezekiah, something bad happened under him. Why is he going around crying? Maybe these other two kings, Jotham and Ahaz, are kind of forgotten about because they're all bad. There was only a couple that were good. Hezekiah was one of them. David is one of them. David was God's favorite. So maybe he's crying before Hezekiah with these other two kings. That's all I can kind of try to figure out right now. But this thing about the lot might be important to look that up. I circle everything. But he does talk about Lachish, right? He's talking about old places. He's talking about Zion. So maybe we'll get some stronger understanding of why this book is in here specifically, because I don't see anything right now. To me, maybe if other people read it, they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing on earth. This is like, I totally understand every piece of this part. Me, And then it's only Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, and Haggai, Zechariah. And that's it. The Old Testament's over, and these are all very short. And Malachi.